3 of our RCYT yoga teacher training. That stands for Registered Children's Yoga Teacher. And then we add the training part. This is a Yoga Alliance accredited 95-hour course. These weekly guided practices are a treat for our teacher trainees to get some of the benefits of meditation and yoga while reviewing some of the points from our on-demand class, which you can access at ShareLove.Fund/train. As usual, you don't need anything but yourselves at this time. We try to not require blocks and bolsters too much because not everyone has everything. And the share method was designed for incarcerated women. And even though we have had the opportunity to provide yoga mats to both the New York State and New York City custodial facilities and yoga blocks to New York State custodial facilities, even though we've had that luxury so that our women in custody do have some access to some things, we just really want to kind of dumb it down, for lack of a better word, to just make yoga accessible for everyone. So you don't need anything but yourself. And I invite you to sit down in a comfortable seated position while we start with a children's guided meditation. So this meditation is suitable for children 5 years old and above. So you can use this meditation as one of your teaching tools by copy pasting the transcript in this video. And also, even though it is designed for 5 years old and up, at any age we can enjoy this meditation. Simplicity is key. So you'll get 2 benefits from us doing the meditation today. The first benefit is because it is a yoga teacher training, so I try to give you nuggets that will be useful in your teaching career. So the first benefit is that you will have a go-to yoga script for a guided visualization for ages 5 and above, and you can copy that script by scrolling over the transcript, putting it into Google Docs or Word Doc and making it your own or using it as is. And then the second benefit is the mind-body wellness benefit for you to sit down and enjoy the meditation. I want to just give a shout out to YouTube for its technology to be able to transcribe these, because it's so nice. It means that you don't need to take any notes and that you can just experience the meditation. I love that also because the best teachers have actually experienced what they've taught and know to some extent how it feels, though it does feel different to each individual person. But for example, if we do a meditation today and you just love it and it did something for you, well, then that might be a meditation that you might be really excited to teach your students. And if another day we do, let's say, a different sort of meditation, today is a guided visualization, but maybe another day we do a body scan meditation and it doesn't resonate as much for you, then maybe you can pick and choose what meditations are your favorites, and then really hone in on a curriculum that inspires you. Inspired teachers create inspired kids. Mood rubs off on each other. I was just listening to a Brene Brown podcast about this, how being super calm has a contagious effect. Being anxious around others has a contagious effect on a group dynamic. So she didn't mention inspiration specifically, but I do think that when one of us is inspired, we tend to inspire others, and it has a positive, contagious effect. So without further ado, let's just take a big inhale together. Inhale through your nose or however is comfortable. If your nose is stuffed up, find another path to oxygenate your mind, body, and soul. Exhale through the mouth. One of the things that's really fun for kids to start a warm-up is to make a little sound and to jiggle out all the silliness. So since today's guided meditation, guided visualization is geared for 5 years old and up, we will do this meditation as if we are all in elementary school. And we'll have a little fun. Inhale with your arms up and exhale, wiggling it out. Inhale through your nose and what feels comfortable to you with your arms up, and exhale, shaking it all out. Now, what is also really fun for kids is to add a little sound. Instead of trying to control the ocean, there's an expression that says learn how to surf, and the same applies in a classroom. Instead of trying to get all the children to be quiet, instead focus them on the sounds you want them to make. So we can inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, making a sound, wide mouth, and really feel it in the throat. And jiggle it out. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, jiggling it out. When you allow a vocal release for this elementary school age group, it really helps them release kind of some of those tendencies to fidget. And this is a wonderful precursor to a meditation. So now that we got all of our sillies out, let us begin with this guided visualization for ages 5 years and older. A wonderful meditation for elementary school age children. The level of this meditation is advanced for this 5-year-old age group. What does that mean? It does not mean that they need to take a test, a placement test, to get into it. It just means that this is not a good meditation for a first experience with meditation, and it's not even a great meditation for a second or third experience of meditation. This is an appropriate meditation for ages 5 and above, or elementary school, for children that have been introduced to the concept of meditation. They've practiced it a little bit, they've done well with it, and they're ready to take it to the next level. Let us breathe in together, in through the nose and out the mouth, having a long, tall spine, feeling the connection between our sits bones and the surface beneath us, whether we're sitting on a mat or in a chair. Imagining the top of the head has a string pulling you to the ceiling, and imagining your sits bones having roots growing deep beneath you. In this way, we're elongating up and down. This guided visualization promotes focus, concentration, and imagination. It also fosters a deep sense of relaxation. This meditation can also be done lying down. For a lying down position, that would be Savasana or corpse pose. Hands, palms up, 6 to 8 inches apart. Feet hip width apart with the toes fanning out. Long spine, meaning children can bring their knees into chest and then try to roll out their legs, trying to not lose connection with their back and the mat. And likewise with their neck, they can tuck their chin in and then slowly roll their head back, trying to gain connection with their neck on the whole mat. It's an ideal, and everybody's anatomy is different. And, but the idea is that we're really trying to stretch so our whole spine is on the mat, but then relaxed and let it go so you're not using any effort. So this is your position of what you would be in if you choose to do this lying down. What's fun about these two options is you can do the same meditation, but direct your students to be in a different position, either lying down or seated, and you get 2 meditations out of 1. This can be done as part of a classroom session to relieve anxiety. It can also be done at home by parents or caregivers as part of a bedtime meditation. I'm going to do the prompts now as if we're doing this in a lying down position. You can modify it for a seated position depending on what you decide. So, stretch out your legs and let's all come to a lying down position. I'm going to sit up to deliver the meditation. You can just enjoy a lying down position. Hands 6 to 8 inches from your side, palms up. If you prefer, you can have a hand on your torso. For a lot of children, it is difficult to stay still. So if you do have blankets, that could help, or it could just be really silly. If you do have a sandbag, and I'm just gonna pull one out to demonstrate, that also could be good. But again, you don't need it. But one second, let me just grab a sandbag. I don't have it immediately accessible without making too much noise, but even an eye pillow as a bag, that can be grounding for children. Sometimes in this elementary school age, they feel like they're gonna fly away. So just sometimes having a little weight. So if you have eye pillows in the class, they can put it on their eyes if they want. Never force a child to close their eyes or cover their eyes. Sometimes people live in unsafe environments, and they've really been trained to keep their eyes open, and so don't force it. But a sandbag that's weighted can be helpful for grounding, or even an eye pillow. That said, as I said in the beginning, you don't need any materials for this class, so if a child needs to feel more grounded, they can use the weight of their own hands over them. Okay, so I invite you to stay deliciously relaxed in this reclined pose while I sit up to do my job here. Lying down on your back with your feet extended and your hands resting beside your body. Inhale and exhale. Take a deep breath in and make tight fists with your hands while clenching your jaw. And exhale out, relaxing your entire body. Take one more deep breath and exhale with a sigh. Let your body relax. Notice the surface beneath you. Does it feel warm and cozy? Or maybe it's hard. Just notice. Notice that you are safe here and completely relaxed. Can you notice the rising and the falling of your chest as you breathe in and out? When you inhale, your chest rises, and when you exhale, it falls. Imagine you are lying on a hammock at night at the balcony. The hammock swings gently from side to side. You are relaxed. You can feel the gentleness of the wind on your skin. You can hear the crickets from a bush nearby. You notice a firefly pass by. The skies are clear and you can clearly see the stars. There are many stars in the sky. Some are brighter than others. You curiously observe them. It is now completely quiet. Imagine a bright white light shining upon you. It covers your body like a halo, keeping you safe and relaxed. When you breathe in, the ring of light becomes brighter. Inside this light, you feel safe, happy, and loved. You smile as you think about all the people that you love. Your parents, brothers, sisters, friends, cousins, aunties, uncles, grandparents, and all the people you love. Your heart is filled with joy and love. A green heart-shaped light begins to shine on your chest. It symbolizes the love and joy you feel. The more you think about the people you love, the brighter it becomes. You know that you are deeply loved and cared for. Now bring your attention back to your body. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Wiggle your toes gently in your hands. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes. If you were lying down as suggested, gently roll yourself to a side that you like. You can bring your knees into chest and roll over to one side. Take a few breaths here so you don't get lightheaded when you sit up. And when you feel comfortable, gently push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. How do you feel? I'm going to put this meditation back and just give everyone a moment to really try to articulate, how do you feel? What was that impact of the meditation? I'd like to empower all of you to critically think as teachers. What would you do different? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Make it your own. I'll be right back. Observe how you feel before the meditation and after. Think as teachers, what would you do differently? How would you phrase things differently if we were doing that same meditation but at a school desk? think about how would you cue that meditation differently if you're doing it for middle schoolers? Or would you cue it differently? Would it matter? Would it matter if that meditation was delivered to elementary school or middle school? One of the things I always did with my own kids, not on purpose, but just because it was intuitive to me, I always spoke to my own children as adults, and people would say to me, oh wow, you know, you talk to your kids like adults. But that's just, I just know kind of one way to talk, and then I kind of talk to everyone about that same way. But it also helped my kids, I believe, develop a very sophisticated vocabulary early on. So in some ways, we can talk to kids in a more colloquial manner, like, let's shake out the EBGBs. And that is a way to connect with them at their level. But sometimes if we use articulate speech and an extended vocabulary, in some contexts, it might actually help expand the children's mind. So you can play around with that. Sometimes if you talk over the children at too high of a level, you might lose them and they may become disengaged. But as we say in yoga, it's a balance. And so that's something that you can kind of play around with as children's yoga teachers. At what point is it helpful to speak to them like miniature adults? And at what point is it helpful to use silly talk? Let us begin our warm-up and our yoga flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, shake it out. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, stretching to one side. As you all know, this is called rainbow arms at ShareLove.Fund. And it's one of my favorite poses because for incarcerated women, we remind them that they can paint a rainbow wherever they are. Even in a custodial facility, happiness is a state of mind. So at your own pace, inhale and exhale, bringing your arms side to side, stretching your entire side body. Going to give a little example of sort of how happiness and on the opposite side, anxiety is a state of mind. Last night we had a big thunderstorm, and I had one dog who was literally shaking in fear the entire time, and another dog that didn't really care. So the circumstance was the same, but the two dogs had a completely different experience. Even in a custodial situation, this could be a time where you don't have to return calls, check mail, report to a job, and you can really take that journey within. I'm not trying to glamorize it. I think it would be horrible to be in custody, and definitely a reason to always make sure you're on the good side of the law. But the true hell that sometimes we experience is really a state of mind. Exhale, shake it out. Inhale, arms up, and do a nice little twist. Inhale, arms up on the other side. Do twist on the other side. Coming up to your knees, we'll warm up our spine with some cat-cows. Toes flat behind you. Knees hip-width apart. Palms hip-width apart. Navel down. Navel up. Exhale and stretch to one side. So here we're basically in a child's pose, but we're really stretching to one side. We're going to stay here a while and enjoy the benefits of this stretch. Walk your hands a little further to the side as you get into the stretch. Walk your hands to the center and part your knees apart. So enjoy a nice child's pose stretch. And walk your hands to the other side. I'm just gonna tuck in my shirt. We don't want any outfit snafus live on YouTube. Stretching to the other side. I'm going to walk a little bit to the other side so I have more room to stretch. You may notice one side is more flexible than the other. Walking your hands back around. You can come up to downward puppy. That is with your chin on the mat, hands in front of you, knees hip width apart, sacrum pointing up towards the sky as if you were in downward dog. Feel the stretch in your shoulders. Really trying to get the throat on the mat. It's an ideal position. Each of our anatomies are different. The point is not really that your throat touches the mat. The point is that you're stretching. Come up to plank. Push yourself up to dolphin. Push yourself up to downward dog. This is our first downward dog of the day, so let's really pedal out the feet and feel a stretch. So you can bend one knee and just really feel the stretch. And the other. Walking your hands up to the top of the mat, exhale, forward fold. And again, just really try to stretch out those hamstrings. You can step on your hands, place your hands under your feet if that feels good. Just try to wiggle it out. This is a wonderful full body stretch. I love having the feet on the hands, even if it means that your knees need to be bent, because it just pulls your arms and it really stretches your whole backside. From the back of your legs through your actual back, your neck is hanging, and even your arms. We're going to hang out here a while and just really enjoy the benefits of the stretch. Exhale and bend one knee, and then inhale as a twist. Really trying to imagine if there was a rod between your two shoulders, you really just want that straight. Exhale, shake it out. You can grab a hold of opposite elbows and just twist a little side to side, shaking it out. Again, let your arms fall long. Maybe you want to place your hands under the feet and see if you can get a little deeper into your forward fold. Exhale, bend your other knee and do a twist on the other side. Really trying to imagine like a pole. We sometimes do broomstick yoga with kids, or we'll call it Star Wars yoga. And that is really popular too among the boys. For those of you who teach at an all-boys school, an all-boys elementary school, Star Wars yoga is really fun, but also when you use a broomstick, really realize whether you're straight or not. And it helps so much with alignment. You can also put the broomstick behind you, and actually at any level, it's really a helpful tool for alignment. Plus you can sweep up the yoga studio. Exhale again, forward fold. Here you can pedal out the leg, just really trying to stretch out that hamstring once and for all. You can pedal out the legs with your own breath and really be cognizant of your breath so that you can pair your breath with movement. You may want to rock a little bit. Slowly, so you're not lightheaded because we've been upside down for a while, slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. So here we're going to practice now the share method. Each week you will receive a pose of the week until we have done all 45 poses. But we take a break after we introduce 9 poses, 1 pose a week for 9 consecutive weeks. Then we take a break, and on that 10th week, we will do a review where we review a yoga sequence that contains all of those 9 poses. The result of this is that you will graduate with 5 go-to yoga sequences that contain a total of 45 poses, yet each sequence will just be sun salutation A plus 9 additional poses of the share method. So you will graduate with 5 distinct sequences with sun salutation A, and then each of those 5 sequences has its own unique 9 poses with no repetitions. 9 times 5 is 45, and that's how we get the 45 key poses of the share method. These poses are not magical. They will not cure any disease, and if people have a medical problem, they should see a doctor. Unlike other yoga schools that will promise this and that, all we're promising is that we have boiled down all the information that is required to be a confident yoga teacher as accredited by Yoga Alliance. We have simplified it to the max, because we created this program for incarcerated women to earn their teaching degree while in custody during COVID, when these women did not have visitation rights with their children, and they were in solitary confinement. So we developed a tablet program so that these women could earn a degree and make their time productive behind bars. So when you graduate with ShareLove.Fund, you are mastering really the simplest way to become a confident yoga teacher. With no tests or quizzes, we teach through doing, kinetic learning, and repetition. Maybe you'll be the best yoga teacher, maybe you won't be the best yoga teacher, but you will have a confident repertoire and be able to teach and earn a livelihood that respects your mind, body, and soul. I just wanted to really take a moment and hone in on that, because there's so many yogis that promise so many things. And also there are a lot of people who really need medication to function. And there are many yoga schools that promise that they have all the solutions and people will never need medication. For those people, whether you are someone who takes medication or someone who's preaching to others to be free of medication without having a medical license, to both sides, I'd like to say this. Many of us wear glasses, and it's okay. Sometimes people need something. And I am not a doctor, so I'm not going to give medical advice. And all I'm asking is that for other people who are also not doctors to please stay within the area that they know, and please be experts within limits of the boundaries of their expertise. So if you are a yoga expert, that's awesome, but you're not a medical expert. So anyway, with that, I will stick with my expertise, which is law as an attorney and yoga, but today we're doing yoga, and I'm going to teach you the share method. The pose of this week is tree pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply the share method. So the share method starts with sun salutation A, and then it spices up sun salutation A with a pose of the week until we have accumulated 9 poses. And then in week 32, you will receive the sequence of sun salutation A plus the 9 poses of this sequence series C. So we learned sun salutation A in week 2. We learned sun salutation A spiced up with 9 unique poses in week 12. That was series A. And then we learned sun salutation A spiced up with another 9 poses from the share method, our key signature poses, our 45 key signature poses. You learned that in week 22, and then that was series B, and series C will be in week 32. This series, it's just completely unique to ShareLove.Fund. This is our method, and again, there's no magical cure or anything behind it. It's just a way to teach incarcerated women who may be illiterate how to be a confident yoga teacher based on repetition. So without further ado, this is really exciting because we are in week 23. So you are receiving your first pose of series C. So before I give you tree pose, which is our pose of the week, the first pose of series C, we're just going to review sun salutation A. So let's do it on both sides. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back, right leg back. Plank, keep it really tight. From plank, knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, cobra, shoulders down. From cobra, squeeze your back body, curl your toes under, and push up to down dog. Now, when we spice up our sun salutation A, which is like our salad or our basic chicken dish, when we spice it up, we will splice it at down dog. But this round, we're just doing sun salutation A as a review. Inhale, left knee in, Step it through the hands, right leg to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale, all the way up to upward salute. Exhale, mountain pose. Congratulations, you just did sun salutation A on the left side. Now let's do together sun salutation A on the right side as a review. This material was introduced in week 2. Now we're in week 23, hence the repetition. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, right leg back. Left leg back, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Push up to down dog. From down dog, now we are going to inhale our right knee in, step it through our hands. Left leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale, arms all the way up to upward salute. Exhale, mountain pose. Now, let us do it on the left side and then the right side. So we're going to splice it at downward dog and spice it with tree pose. Let's get it on. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back. Right leg comes to match. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Tuck the toes under, push up to down dog. Down dog is our point of insertion. We're gonna spice it up at down dog with tree pose. Then we're gonna come right back into down dog like the whole thing never happened. So how do we get from down dog to tree pose? You can be creative. There are many different ways. The way I'm gonna do it, since this is, since we did an elementary school meditation, I'm gonna get us there in a way that would be fun for elementary schools students and will help with gross motor skills. So I'm gonna say, take a step, try to bring your right leg and right hand closer together. Try to bring, and it's okay to bend your knees. Try to bring your left hand and left leg closer together. Now try to have your right leg, your right hand, and right foot touch. Now have your left hand and left foot touch. Inhale, slowly roll up to mountain pose, shoulders back. Then you can have a little fun with the elementary school kids, like let's be a robot and turn ourselves to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Shake it out. Firmly ground your feet into the mat as if you are growing roots with your toes and heels. Grab onto the mat with your toes. Really try to push them in. Inhale, make your stomach tight and try to balance. You can do baby tree like this, not even leaving the ground. Or it can go all the way up. For safety, don't put your foot on your kneecap. For some people who don't have the strength, you can use your hand to really help you get your leg where you need to go. Children can bring their hands together in prayer pose. Have a gaze off in the distance. So here we're standing on our right leg. Our left leg is up because we're doing the left side. Balancing poses help children with concentration and focus. Yoga, I advocate, is not a cure for anything, and please see a doctor if you have a medical issue. However, just like a healthy diet and a good night's sleep can help get the benefits of a medical routine from a doctor, just like that, like living in a positive environment, can help get you maximize the results of a medical routine. Yoga can also help maximize the results of whatever your doctor's prescribed ADHD or anxiety or lack of focus routine. So balancing poses help strengthen focus, because when your mind wanders, you're not fixing your gaze on a focal point. And when you're not like staring at a dot on the wall, it's easier to fall. Also, there are studies, there is a little bit of a science to yoga and a science behind the mind-body connection. There are studies that children that are kind of all over the place, when they build core strength, sometimes it helps them sit better in class. That's it. This is not a cure for anything, but it does help. So as part of medical routine prescribed by a doctor, I believe the tree pose and other balancing poses can help all children with focus, and children with ADHD may need that more than others. If you are coming in and out of this, that's fine, just have fun with it. Yoga is about being playful and not too serious. You can also do this holding onto a bar. And in many ways, this can be like a meditation. Shake it out. Then inhale, arms up and fall like a tree. Our tree is falling. And now we're becoming a mountain in up dog. So walk the feet out. So, I'm sorry, not up dog, downward dog. So now we're back in downward dog. This was our point of insertion where we added that tree pose. But now we're going to finish sun salutation A like it never happened. So, from down dog, we're going to come forward to plank, knees, chest, chin, cobra, push back, up to down dog. Inhale the left knee in, step it forward, right leg comes to match, exhale, forward fold, inhale, half bend, arms all the way up to upward salute, exhale, Tadasana. Now let's do that on the other side. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, right leg back, left leg back. Plank. Come down, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Push up. Down dog. So this is our point of insertion. So we'll do like little itty bitty steps. Fun for elementary school kids, connecting the hands and the feet. Little itty bitty steps, walking them through. Shake it all out in forward folds. Slowly come up vertebrae by vertebrae. Now we're going to do tree pose on the right side. So it can be little baby tree, kind of just with toe taps. If that's where the children are with their balance, it can be bringing your leg up. It can be giving yourself a little boost and using your hand to bring your leg up. Arms in prayer pose, hands in prayer pose, picking an object to focus on. Remembering to breathe. Concentrate. So concentration is a muscle just like anything else, and practice makes perfect. So for elementary school kids, it may be hard for them to meditate. But by having them balance and focus in their balancing pose, it sort of serves as a standing meditation. Let's try this together. If you fall out of it, you can come right back into it. Yoga is supposed to be fun and playful, especially for children in the RCYT. It is registered children's yoga teacher training after all. If we can't be playful with children, then what is the point? So feel free to wibble and wobble. It's like that toy that Weeble Wobbles, I think it's called. But just have fun with it. I can't remember if it's Nelson Mandela or someone else, but the quote is, it doesn't matter how many times you fall, it matters how many times you get back up. And when you're ready, shake it out. And inhale, arms up, and we'll come twist around. Exhale, forward fold, walking the hands back out to down dog. From down dog, inhale to plank, knees, chest, chin, cobra, push back up to down dog. Inhale the right knee into the chest, step it through the hands, left leg to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, arms all the way up. Upward salute. Exhale, mountain pose Tadasana. Congratulations, you just integrated tree pose, our pose of the week, into sun salutation A, and you experienced firsthand the share method. For our full course, you can see it at ShareLove.Fund/train. And for now, let me treat you to delicious Savasana for about 20 minutes. Exhale all the way down. You can bring your knees into chest. Give yourself a little hug to just try to get the maximum relaxation benefits before you go into Savasana by loosening it up. Inhale your arms all the way up and around. You can be in cactus pose, cactus arms for a second. Continuing to bring your hands down, palms up, hands 6 to 8 inches away from you. Legs hip width apart, toes rolled out, spine long and straight, seeking connection with the mat, yet relaxing your muscles. You don't have to worry about falling asleep. I promise to wake you up out of this in about 18 minutes. Enjoy. All of you teacher trainees deserve this. I'm going to get up so that I can go about the room and do assists. And for those of you watching, you don't need to get up. I'm just getting up to do my job, but your job in this moment can be just to relax and feel that you've earned this. I'll be back. Slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment. Wiggle your toes. Maybe roll your feet from side to side. Taking a deep breath and exhale. As you exhale, slowly at your own pace, roll yourself to one side of the mat. It can be the right side or the left side. Doesn't matter. And enjoy a few breaths in the fetal position. When you feel ready, slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Slowly as to not feel lightheaded. How do you feel? May the light in me be the light in you. Have a blessed day. Namaste.